Hello, my name is Warren Urch, and I'll be presenting on behalf of Group C for the fair use. The assignment. During the 2008 presidential campaign, a graphic designer found a photo of Barack Obama on the internet, modified it to look more like a graphic design, and made the very popular Hope campaign poster without credit to the photographer or permission from the Associated Press, which owns the photo. The AP argued that the designer infringed on the copyright and that the design, used on various paraphernalia, produced hundreds of thousands of dollars in income. The designer claimed that his use was a fair use, using the fair use criteria to evaluate the claim. The fair use criteria. Fair use is one of the exceptions in copyright, which allows use of copyrighted materials without obtaining permission, as long as it can be considered fair. There is a four-factor analysis which must be applied to each use to determine whether the use is fair. Here are the four factors. The purpose and character of the use, including whether it is for commercial purposes or non-profit educational purposes, the nature of the copyrighted work, the amount of significance of the portion used, and the effect of the use on the potential market for one or the value of the copyrighted work. Claim evaluation. Fair use doesn't really mean free use. If you don't have the copyright to an image, changing it so it looks different doesn't relieve you of potential liability. Using one of the many Photoshop softwares to change an image to something else does not create new copyrighted material. Modifying once copyrighted work to make money of a newly created work clearly isn't fair use, just referring to the fair use of four factors. Therefore, the designer claim in our case will not be a fair use because it violates the purpose in which the photo was used for, and that would be commercial use. The problem with fair use and copyright infringement. As an artist, you may not learn whether a use is a fair use until after it has been published. However, if you choose to assume the risk, you should do it with the knowledge of some of these factors. Never copy more of a copyrighted work than it is necessary to make your point. The more you borrow, the less likely it is to be considered fair use. Being an educational institution does not allow you everything. They can be sued if the use is beyond legal fair use. Remember that fair use is a defense in a copyright infringement, not a right. The difficulty in claiming fair use is that there is no way to guarantee that your use will qualify as fair. You may believe that your use qualifies, but if the copyright owner disagrees, you may have to resolve the dispute in a courtroom.